Hello. Hi guys. Start the stream, right? Okay. Hello. I am Sarthak, and I thought what the internet needed was another Indian guy teaching programming. So here I am. I'm a full stack developer, and in the vein of telling you that I did this stream earlier as well, I tried going extempore, and it did not work out for me. It did not work out at all. Again, it was part of the reason my last stream was a colossal failure. So you bet your ass I wrote a script this time. I wrote a whole ass script this time. Well, the topic for today is what I want to discuss today is higher order functions in JavaScript. So with ES 2015, JavaScript introduced this new concept of higher order functions, which essentially are functions which take another function as an argument or return another function as an argument. This I'll actually just go directly to the terminal and open a new one, clear this. Yeah, so this was actually a project that I was working on a little while ago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a project. I actually have set this project up before, but for the sake of this stream, let's do it from the ground up. Okay. Okay, let's go to the directory. I've set up aliases. So my code takes me to my directory called coding environments, wherein I have all my coding environments, the different environments that I code in. So I have to show this with JavaScript. Let's go into JavaScript. As a matter of fact, let's not go into JavaScript. So even though this is a JavaScript function, this is mostly used in frameworks, so like a Node or a React, and I'd like to show you this in production instead of showing this in JavaScript. I can show you in JavaScript as well, but I'd very much like to show you in production. So let's take it in React, right? Do I have a project made in React? I don't think I do. Okay, this is a chance for me to make a project called test demo and let's go inside the project. If only I can type properly. Right, inside test demo. Okay, so now my computer is gonna take a fuck lot of time. Create React app HOC map. Right. The thing that I'm discussing here is array map, array.prototype.map. And you know what? This is going to take a lot of time. This computer, it's kind of slow today. There's a lot running on this computer, including this stream. Which, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep. I'd like to keep a track of. Hey, Hunting Hagrid. Hi. I didn't see this. I'm just seeing this. Not very good with this. Again, just starting, so it doesn't like I don't really mind doing this. That being said, this is going to take a while, and I mean this works on Node.js, so I hope you have Node.js installed before we do this. And time to hydrate. Whew. You know, I'm still being nervous in front of an audience. Not that I know a lot of you are watching. I mean, at this point of time, I have practically zero audience, but still, there's this nervousness. I've performed on a stage in my school, but I've always had the stage fright. It's still something I'm yet to get over. Give it some time. I will give it some time to install. It does take a minute or two. In fact, sometimes more than that. In the meantime, let me talk about the. Sorry about that. I was just keeping a track on my stream. That being said, in the meantime, I'll talk about JavaScript map. I've made some notes just so that I can keep a track of it, right? So actually, let's let this finish. I hope it doesn't take a very long time. Uh, anyway, let me go with this while this installs. Maps are actually immutable array higher order functions, right? So it does take an array as an argument, but it does not mutate that array. So it does, like I said, does work on an array, does not mutate that array. It in fact creates a new array for you to work with. The initial array uh, remains unmutated, which is why this is also a pure function in that sense. Uh, right, so that's what I've written here. Does not mutate the array it is fed. Instead, returns a new array that you can use. Although callback in if invoked may do so. It like if a callback is invoked, it may mutate the initial array. Okay, so right now that we have it, actually let's just go inside this and do a yarn start. It's taking a lot of time today. At the same time, let me do a let me open this in code, VS Code, right? So that's the editor that I use. I mean, you can choose whatever you want. It's just my editor of choice because of the extensions I have in this. So again, since the computer is working overtime today, it's a bit slow. What I'm going to do is, this is the app, right? This is the index. What do we have in index? Right, it's just the setup. So I'll get the app and get rid of everything in it because we're gonna build everything from scratch, right? Uh, this is gonna complain. This is gonna complain. Let me. So React functional component RFC. This should trigger the React snippets extension. Again, the reason that I use uh, VS Code over, actually, you know what, for the purpose of this thing, let's just first have this build out and let's close this. So yeah, let's just first have this build out. Let's open this here, localhost 3000. So let's open this in localhost 3000. Get this here. Yeah, localhost 3000. Right. So this is the app right now that we have, and we have to have a higher order function here. Oh, let's get rid of it. Right. So actually, let's get rid of everything and React functional component. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the functional component. I'd like to use hooks everywhere. Or as a matter of fact, let's keep this beginner friendly. Let's use class components for right now. I'll go on and move towards using functional components towards a later time. So React class component RCC, right? So it gets React and component. It imports React and component from React, calls it app and exports it on itself, right? Uh, yeah, I have a div, so that's not a problem. What do I have to do is I have to keep a state. Let's keep this an empty array, right? And component did mount. Component did mount. I don't have to use this in this, so I can simply use an arrow function. If I were to use this in the context of this function, I had to use a traditional function, not an arrow function. That's in the arrow function, the this is implicit, which is implied. So don't really have to do that. Okay, component did mount. What I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna go to JSON placeholder dot type code. I'm just gonna get uh, an array from here to work with. So right, posts. I think this works. This is an array of posts. Let's see this as raw data. Yeah, so this is an array. Okay, I'm gonna use this. This is, and I'm gonna use the fetch library. Fetch dot get, not length. I'm simply going to use the fetch thing. So fetch dot get. Oh, come on. You know what? Just forget it. So use this. Okay. And it takes an object with method. The method is get, and that's pretty much it. It gives you a, so this is a promise. You should get a then, and yeah, so takes a callback. Let's get a response res.json, which is again a, how do I put it, again a promise. There's someone at the door. Yeah, the wife will open it. uh, Result, let's call it result. This dot set state. Okay, let's, you know what, I'm gonna go quiet for just a minute. I have to tell the people here that too I'm working, so it's good if they'll keep quiet. दरवाज़ा बंद कर दीजिए, दरवाज़ा बंद कर दीजिए. Sorry guys, so that's just how it works. Okay, I have result here. This dot set state is a function that takes an object which is result equating to result, and since it's an ES6 function, we can just simply call it like this. Right. Now let me so essentially I have results. It's stored in this state called result. I know I can optimize it. Let me just check if I actually do have it or not. Right. So I'll do a console.log, and I'll get this is the state here, and do a log. Come on. Oh, come on. Log this dot state dot result. This should show me some result if I open up the console. Right, I have the result here. All the objects, all the things, right. Great, this works. Let me have it here. Okay, and now let's come to the meat of what we are doing. We are doing a map today, so and we have stored it in the state variable, in the result variable inside the state. So open and close the curly braces. This dot state dot result dot map. Map is a function, is a higher order function, so it takes another function as a argument. This function takes three parameters. The first is the current value, so let's call this post. The second, it takes an index, and the third it takes is the current the current array. Takes me a while to so I'm very new at this, and I lost track of the things. Right, I'll show you something. So it does like this. So it has to return whatever this returns is rendered out. So let's give this uh, h3. H3 works. H3 works. Post dot title. We have title, right? Right. So this is the these are all the post titles that we have, and you see this key props. This is where the second index, the second parameter, this comes in. With post, you also have a parameter called key, the index. Let's call it k. I mean, we can call it anything for the purpose of keeping it short. I'm calling it k, and it is a unique identifier for everything. So the key property is equal to k. The moment I type that, that should vanish. The yes. So the moment I typed that, the error here vanished. Now let's focus towards, okay, and it also takes the current array here, right? So it takes the current array here. The current array is this dot state dot result. This takes the current array here, but it will not right now because it's under so many parts. This also takes one more thing. This ends here, right? Where does this end? Right. This also takes one more thing, which is the implicit value of this. Right. So this also takes this as an argument. So essentially, what I'm saying is, like, you know what? Let me just clean this code. So this function returns this thing. I can actually get rid of this here, and right, and I can get rid of this and this. Let's grab a hold of this. Right, this should do the same thing. This should do the same thing as before. Right. Essentially, since it was only returning one simple line, I got this here, returned it. Simple as that. Got rid of the return statement. So actually, let's get all of this in a single line. Right. This makes more sense. At least this looks more elegant to me. In a similar manner, I can, I think clean this as well and make this async await. So, async await is supported natively. So, first, actually, let me get the variables out. So, let's call this const URI is equal to and so we can have the URI here, not this dot URI, just URI. Right, this should still work. Does not work. Interesting. Right, I have to keep this outside it. Inside, I have to use this. I have to keep this outside the component. Const URI, the URI should work now. Right, and I can also get the options out here if I'm not wrong. Let's get the options out. Let's call this options. They should still work. as a matter of fact, since it's the get request, I don't even need to pass the options. Just the URI will fetch me this, right? I don't even need to pass the options. Okay, now let's make this async await. Okay, that's I think the last task that we are gonna do today, and I'm gonna keep this stream short. This is also gonna serve as the test stream for me today. Yeah, so let's keep this short. Async and fetch URI. Okay, fetch URI. Let's first keep this in different lines. Let's call let res equal to await. If I do this, then I can get rid of this. Then I can do something like let result equal. I'm sorry for the noise in the background, guys. This some work happening in the house. This is called this calls an await res dot JSON. Once I do that, I can get rid of this. Then all I have to do is okay. So I can get a hold of this, delete the rest. Oh, and didn't really write a catch block, which is very wrong. You should never do that. After every then block, you should write a. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Yes. So let's write a try catch block here. Try catch. Let's get. Whoa, what did I do? Okay, this is this. Right. So let's get all of this inside the try block, and inside the catch block. Let's just console log the error. For now, let's just do this, and this should still work. Yeah, that's I think that's it for right now. Before the noise in the background overwhelms everyone, I think I'm gonna end the stream today here, and when we come back, we're gonna talk more about higher order functions. I'm probably gonna do this part again. I'm probably gonna do this entire thing again. And if you guys want, I'll upload this, like put this on a GitHub account for all of you to have access to, right? So you all can you all can be on the same page that I am right now. Okay. I think yeah, that's it for me.